A mother accused of hurting her own child. A sister exposing her darkest secrets. And a video that shocked the entire internet. Is this just gossip? Or the ugly truth they never wanted you to know? This is not just drama. This is a child's life on the line. Watch the full story only in this video. Tesehki came by, and honestly, she got pretty emotional when she started talking about you. Out of nowhere, she hinted that I was her ex. I was shocked, like, wow, I really thought we were cool. I used to see her as a good sister, but spending too much time around her, she would get irritated over the smallest things. She used to clown me about my perks, always throwing jabs, calling me names. She even said that to my little brother sometimes. And who could forget how she used to call them vitamins when she really meant perks? Every time she ran out of those pills, it was like a switch flipped inside her. Her mood would swing from calm to irritated in seconds. It reminded me so much of how baby Tesehki dragged Krishnan through absolute hell. And yet, somehow, people still kept siding with her like she was the victim. It got even worse when Tesehki crossed the line and leaked a video of Krishnan allegedly hitting Junior, all because she got tired of hearing the poor baby cry. Instead of stepping in to help or showing concern, she turned around and used the situation to make Krishnan look bad in front of the world. And that video spread fast, feeding into all the gossip and making things spiral out of control even more. But let's be honest here. The hard truth is that Krishnan is the one who brought all this on herself. She is the reason Junior is struggling with special needs in the first place. All through her pregnancy, she was out there smoking like a chimney and drinking like she wasn't carrying a life inside her. Every single day, she acted like motherhood was the last thing on her mind. And now she has the nerve to be mad at the world because her son didn't turn out perfect in her eyes. It's almost like she wants everyone else to take the blame for what she did to that child before he was even born. And just when you think she might slow down and reflect, she's out here beefing with Tia Kemp over the same kind of foolishness. They were just arguing a few days ago, throwing shots at each other like high schoolers instead of grown women with kids. It's like Krishnan can't go a week without being knee-deep in some kind of messy drama. People close to the situation have been saying this for a while now. Krishnan does not seem to care who she hurts, whether it's family, friends, or even her own child. And it shows in everything she does. Whether it's leaking private moments to the internet, clapping back at people who call her out, or refusing to take any real responsibility, it's always the same cycle. And if you think this behavior started recently, think again. This has been going on for years. The way she treated Junior during that Instagram live proved a lot of people's suspicions. When she raised her hand over him and said, "Watch this," the way that little boy flinched told a story no words could explain. His reaction wasn't something a kid, just as out of nowhere. That looked like the response of a child who has seen that hand come down on him before. People online picked up on it immediately. They started calling her out, saying that even if she didn't hit him in that clip, it was clear something was going on behind the scenes. Some even said they believed Tesehki's claims that Krishnan hits Junior when no one is looking. It sparked a whole new wave of concern. And honestly, can you blame them? Instead of calming the situation or addressing it with any kind of real explanation, Krishnan did what she always does. She flipped the narrative and made herself the victim again. She jumped online, begging her fans to pray for her, asking people not to judge her, and acting like the world was just out to get her. But you can't play the victim forever, especially when a child's well-being is on the line. People are watching. And if she keeps up this reckless behavior, it's only a matter of time before CPS shows up at her door. And this time, no amount of crying on Instagram will save her. Even though some folks on the internet tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, others were quick to say exactly what they felt. One comment really stuck with me. The person said, "The way that boy twisted his body to get away told me everything I needed to know. You don't get that scared of your own mother unless you have a reason." And they were right. Another commenter mentioned that even if Krishnan wasn't the one laying hands on him, maybe someone else around him was. Either way, the child's reaction screamed trauma, and that's not something you can fake. So now people are asking the big question, is the internet overreacting, or is this exactly the kind of red flag that should have everyone alarmed? It's hard to ignore the signs when they're right in front of you. At the end of the day, no child deserves to be caught in the middle of grown folks' mess, especially not Junior. He didn't ask for any of this. And unless something changes and fast, this situation could go from bad to worse real quick. She even left that baby locked in a hot car just so she could argue with Blueface on the phone. You seriously can't make this stuff up. And now, after all that, she's putting her hands on that child and mad at Tesehki for calling her out? Every time you think Krishnan has hit rock bottom, she digs herself even deeper. And every single time people call her out on her behavior, she pulls the same card, trying to guilt-trip the public by asking her fans to pray for me. It's become her go-to move whenever she gets caught doing something wrong. Instead of taking responsibility, she acts like the world is just being cruel to her. But the truth is, people had already been calling her out way before this latest mess with Junior even happened. The internet was full of people criticizing her, especially over the role she played in her own child's condition. Many believe she is directly responsible for the challenges Junior faces today, and they haven't been quiet about it. Not too long ago, Krishnan was on a live stream with Desha Frost when a caller came on and let her have it. They dragged her for everything, straight up accusing her of ruining Junior's life. And they did not hold back either. They called her every nasty name you could think of, completely tearing her apart right there on the live. It got real ugly, real fast. And what did Krishnan do after that? The same thing she always does. She hopped back online, flipping the narrative, begging people to pray for her like that would make it all go away. It was like she thought asking for prayers would somehow erase everything that had happened. Like, seriously? You put your own child in danger, and now you want people to feel sorry for you? But it didn't stop there. If anything, things only got worse. Krishnan actually went live again, not to explain, not to apologize, but to show the world how little she really cared about Junior's safety, right there on her stream. She left Junior crying inside a car while she stood outside arguing with Blueface on the phone. And it wasn't just a quick moment either. The poor baby cried louder and louder while Krishnan kept on with her argument like nothing else mattered. And when the crying got so bad that even viewers could hear it through the live stream, what did she do? She asked a Twitch staff member, a complete stranger, to go check on her child, someone she had never met before. Instead of putting her phone down and handling the situation herself, Krishnan passed off her responsibility to some random person, just so she could keep fighting with Blue. That right there showed everyone just how little she valued her role as a mother. It was like her priorities were completely backwards. People watching were horrified. Some even reported her stream for child neglect. It was so bad that Twitch ended up banning her from the platform altogether. They wanted no part of the mess she was causing. The whole situation left people shaking their heads, wondering how far Krishnan was really willing to go just to avoid owning up to her actions. And once again, after all that, she came back acting like the victim. She claimed she never left her baby in a car, even though people had literally seen it happen live. She tried to twist the story, saying Junior was outside where other people were watching him. But by then, nobody was buying it. The damage was already done. This has become a pattern with Krishnan. Mess up, get called out, play the victim, and then beg for prayers. It's the same cycle over and over again. And every time, it gets harder for people to give her the benefit of the doubt, especially when a child is involved. At some point, the excuses stop working. People are not falling for the guilt trips anymore. They see what's happening, and they're not afraid to speak on it. And if Krishnan keeps choosing her pride over her child's well-being, it's only a matter of time before someone steps in. For real. Whether that is CPS or the law, no amount of live stream apologies or tearful prayer requests will be enough when it comes to a child's safety. And Krishnan is running out of chances faster than she thinks. Viewers reported her for child neglect, and Twitch banned her because they wanted no part in this mess. Of course, she came back denying everything, even though people literally saw it happen live. She said, "I didn't leave my child in a car," claiming there were people around watching him. But no one was buying it. Then she flipped the script, blaming Junior's dad, saying he refused to help or support her. She started name-dropping everyone she could think of, Mikey, Chinbone, Arisa, trying to prove she had a great support system. But by then, it was clear to everyone. This situation was way beyond saving. Krishnan has been loud and clear about one thing. She does not need anyone's help when it comes to her son. Over and over again, she bragged about how she never had to buy diapers, wipes, or even clothes for him. According to her, everything Junior needed came from other people. As for those rumors about her being homeless, she shot those down too, calling out anyone who dared to spread lies about her situation. But Krishnan didn't stop there. She also came for the people who claimed to care about her child. She accused them of pretending to be concerned, when deep down, they never truly cared about Junior. She reminded everyone how the story kept changing. First, they said Junior wasn't Blueface's baby. Then, when that didn't stick, they switched up and started pushing a different narrative. The back-and-forth accusations only made things more toxic, and Krishnan thrived off the drama. However, All that noise was nothing compared to the firestorm that broke out between Krishnan and her own sister, Tesehki. Their falling out became the talk of the internet, especially when it came to how Krishnan treated Junior. What started as petty family drama quickly turned serious when people saw something disturbing on Instagram Live. Krishnan went live while spending time with Junior, and what happened during that stream shook a lot of people. She was playing around, but at one point she looked at the camera and said, "Watch this," before lifting her hand over Junior like she was about to hit him. Now, she didn't actually strike him, but the way Junior reacted said everything. The poor child flinched, hard, like he was genuinely scared she was going to hurt him. His reaction was so natural, so quick, that it left many viewers unsettled. It wasn't the kind of flinch a kid makes when someone's joking around. It looked like the reflex of a child who had learned to expect the worst whenever a hand was raised near him. Right away, the internet exploded with reactions. People started accusing Krishnan of abusing Junior behind the scenes. They said the way he recoiled in fear could only mean one thing. This wasn't the first time he had seen that hand come up. Whether or not she hit him on camera, they believed it was happening when no one else was around. And guess who was quick to confirm those fears? Her sister, Tesehki. Word started spreading that Tesehki had been telling people that Krishnan hits Junior whenever they're alone. According to Tesehki, this was not just a one-time thing. She claimed it was a regular pattern, and that's why Junior reacted the way he did during that live stream. She even took it a step further by throwing shade at Krishnan online. She posted a video mocking her, saying that unlike Krishnan, she is a real mother who takes care of her kids and doesn't revolve her life around chasing after a man. Tesehki made it clear that she felt Krishnan's priorities were all messed up and people ate it up. But if you thought this was just sibling rivalry, think again. The beef between Krishnan and Tesehki ran way deeper than some online jabs. Before the abuse allegations ever came up, Krishnan had accused Tesehki of doing something terrible to her when they were younger. She claimed Tesehki had inappropriately touched her as a child, a shocking accusation that set the internet on fire. Of course, Tesehki didn't take that lying down. She clapped back, threatening to sue Krishnan for defamation. She denied everything, saying their relationship had been rocky for years because of their troubled childhood. According to Tesehki, Krishnan was twisting the past to make her look bad, and she wasn't going to let it slide. So now, not only are they at war over family secrets, but the fight over Junior's safety has turned everything into a public circus. People are picking sides, and the internet is watching their every move. What started as a family feud is now a full-blown scandal. And in the middle of it all stands Junior, a child caught between grown-up drama, accusations, and an ugly battle that shows no signs of stopping. At this point, it's clear that this is about way more than just social media clout or messy lives. This is about a little boy's well-being, and whether the adults around him will ever put his needs before their own selfish fights. After seeing Junior flinch like that on live, people couldn't help but wonder if Krishnan had actually been putting her hands on him when no one was watching. His reaction looked way too real to be brushed off as a joke. Viewers believed that kind of fear doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It usually comes from experience. From going through something over and over again until it becomes a reflex. That thought alone had people questioning what was really happening behind closed doors. As if that wasn't enough, word started spreading that Tesehki had been saying the exact same thing. According to her, Krishnan had been laying hands on Junior when no one else was around to see it. That would explain why the little boy reacted the way he did, why he flinched so hard when Krishnan raised her hand. It added more weight to the fears people already had about how Junior was really being treated at home. And Tesehki didn't stop at just talking. She took things to the next level by throwing shade at Krishnan publicly. In a video she posted online, Tesehki mocked the entire situation, making it clear that she saw herself as the better mother. She called out Krishnan for chasing after men and clout instead of focusing on raising her child. Tesehki bragged about standing on her own 2 feet, living in $1 million house, building her life without needing a rapper, a reality TV check, or anyone else to hold her down. But underneath all the name-calling and public shade was a much deeper issue between these two sisters. Their beef had nothing to do with a simple family argument. This feud went way back, years before Junior was even born. What started as sibling rivalry had grown into a toxic, messy, and very public war that spilled out for the entire world to see. Now, it was no longer just a private fight between two sisters. It became a full-blown battle of accusations, ugly secrets, and painful family history. And sadly, caught in the middle of it all was Junior, A little boy too young to understand the drama, but old enough to feel the weight of it every single day. Before all this, Krishnan had accused Tesehki of touching her when they were kids. Tesehki clapped back, threatening to sue Krishnan for lying. She claimed their relationship was broken because of their messed up childhood and said Krishnan was making up stories about the past. According to Tesehki, they don't even like each other, and never really did. But it didn't stop there. Their nephew also came forward with shocking claims against Tesehki. He said Tesehki would make him do house chores and, in return, she would cross the line with him. He admitted it felt so wrong, especially since they were family. He shared painful memories of how uncomfortable and confused he was back then. One story stood out. He said Anne even pulled him into a bathroom and made an inappropriate comment that left him scared and confused as a young child. Their grandmother was strict about keeping the house clean, but this crossed every line. Krishnan recently spoke about it again in an interview with Jason Lee. She stood by her accusations and said Tesehki had hurt more people, not just her. Krishnan also pointed out that if she had been lying, Tesehki would have already served her those defamation papers. But nothing has happened yet. Krishnan believes the truth is just too hard for Tesehki to face. She said Tesehki probably convinced herself nothing happened. But Krishnan made it clear she's not backing down or letting anyone call her a liar just for speaking out. Krishnan said she's not the only one who spoke out about Tesehki. And even though Tesehki threatened to sue her, Krishnan called her bluff. She said, "Where are the papers? I haven't received anything." According to Krishnan, there is no lawsuit, and if there was, it would have been all over social media by now. It's obvious there's a lot of bad blood between Krishnan and Tesehki, stuff we probably don't even know about. But when it comes to Junior, Krishnan better be careful, because people are keeping a close eye on her. If she keeps this up, CPS could show up one day and take that baby away. People online had plenty to say. One person pointed out how Junior twisted his whole body and tried to move away the moment Krishnan lifted her arm. And right before doing it, she even said, "Watch this," like it was some kind of joke. The commenter called her evil, saying, "I've seen this before." No matter what condition a child has, they know when something bad is about to happen, especially if it has happened before. This person fully believed she was hitting Junior, just like her sister claimed. Said Krishnan gets mad at Blueface. Mad that Junior isn't his kid. Mad at how the child turned out. And mad because the whole world knows what she did. And somehow, this innocent, defenseless baby ends up paying the price for all of it. Another person chimed in, saying, even if Krishnan wasn't the one hitting him, maybe someone else was. And maybe they were way too rough with him. But either way, the baby's reaction looked like a real trauma response. So, what do you think? Is the internet blowing things out of proportion? Or do people have every right to be worried about Junior?